What's good YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you click that notification bell. Leave your comments down below and enjoy this reaction video. What's good YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. You have just entered the Break Room Chronicles, where breaks are normally 15 minutes, but y'all over here, we break for one damn hour. Guys, happy Friday to each and every one of you all. I hope y'all are feeling good and doing great. And again, thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in the damn break room, y'all. All right, so y'all see the title and y'all see the thumbnail. We got yet again another Kendra G reaction. We're gonna have a 2-for-1 today. All right, we're gonna react to two of them because I think they're, both of them in a sense are comical, but one of them I feel like is kind of serious, and there is a point that I want to bring to you guys' attention and get your opinions about. So again, we're doing Kendra G reactions. If you're new to this channel, Kendra G is an entertainer on social media, and she does a live dating show on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube now, where people call into her show looking for love, and they call in all different ages, sizes, ethnicities, all different type of walks of life call into her show. And she's been doing it for about 3 years. And I think we started reacting over here in the break room maybe about a year or so ago. We started reacting to them, and I find it so comical because y'all know people are people, honey, and you just will be surprised. And actually, especially, obviously there's a lot of single people out here, and people are single and ready to mingle, and they feel like, let's do it the quick way, fast way. Let me jump on this show. Let me get some good exposure and see if I can find the man or the woman of my dreams. All right. So we definitely get over here in the break room and react to some of these videos because, again, I think they just are simply hilarious. Okay. You said I literally just started watching the video with a 61-year-old. Glad I can watch it with y'all instead now. Yeah, Simply D, you are so welcome. I think I turned a lot of you guys on to Kendra G. Hey, Nikki. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody in the chat. I think I turned a lot of you guys on to Kendra G because obviously a lot of you guys weren't aware of her, and I fell across her, I think it was like over a year ago, and I found it to be very comical. Okay. Routinely we react to the moms and other stuff that's going on social media. But again, I really like the Kendra G show. It's very entertaining, to say the least. And one thing about it, I think we all can maybe learn something from watching how other people interact when it comes to this dating thing. If you're in the field of dating, okay. All right, so welcome everybody. Hey Q Money, hey Nikki, welcome Navy, Kai, Nikki, but my name ain't no code with Will. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the break room. Welcome to the live. Make sure you guys hit the like button, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So the first one we're gonna actually react to a woman who came onto Kendra G's show looking for love. She's a 61-year-old Black woman, and she lives in Chicago. Okay. And she said her profession is she's a traveling caregiver. Okay. And sis came on the show with some standards. She had some standards, and she said she's sticking to them. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and see what sis got to talk about. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Let me get her on the screen. And again, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, honey.
Lisa,
get your phone together. Where you calling me from, babe?
Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. Your light's not bad. but can you like, it's like the light is behind you. You want the light to be in front of your face. You like turn and with okay, this might be better. Okay.
Is this better?
Yeah, now can you stay steady? Lisa?
Yes.
All right, how old are you, love?
I'm 61.
Okay, 61. What you do for a living?
I'm a caregiver.
Caregiver? Do you have any kids?
Yes, one daughter.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter's 26.
26. Have you ever been married?
Yes.
When did you get divorced?
No, he passed away in 99.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
Thanks,
Lisa,
Kendra.
what's your zodiac sign?
Taurus,
When's your birthday?
May the 12th.
I'm trying to, whenever somebody's a Taurus, I ask because my birthday is May 7th.
Oh.
So I'll be trying to see if I got a birthday soon. Yeah, I'm a true Taurus.
Oh, yes.
This is Lisa, Chicago, 61, a Taurus caregiver. One daughter that's 26. What kind of man you looking for, boo?
Well, I'm looking for an educated, loving, caring, God-fearing man who loves to travel, who loves to work, who loves to spoil his queen, a friendly guy, sense of humor.
Okay. Who loves to travel, loves to work, loves to spoil his queen, she said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What are your deal breakers?
My deal breaker is bad hygiene, lazy, not friendly. What else? That's about it. Just someone, and you know what? My deal breaker, you have to love God.
You have to love God. You have to love God. Okay.
Yes.
Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Yes, I'll say 100,000 or more.
Woo!
Yes. Yes. Yes, Kendra.
All right, you guys. So before we go any further, you got to know Lisa just a tad bit. She's been married before. Her husband passed away back in 1999. So she's been single for quite some time. She has one adult child and she's a traveling caregiver. And you were able to find out what her deal breakers are in a man, the things that she does not, characteristics that she does not desire in looking for a man. And one of the characteristics that she wants is she wants a man who makes at least $100,000 a year. Okay. Now, if you catch her right before she said it, she was a little hesitant to announce that. Okay. So I want you guys to keep that in your mind as we watch the rest of this video.
61, a six-figure man is required.
Yes.
Tell me
Definitely.
why.
Pardon me?
Tell me why you couldn't date a man that made 70K.
Because I raised my standards. I raised my standards, and I know anything and everything is possible.
Everything is possible. Does he have to look a certain way?
For at least 5'8".
Okay,
Yeah.
at least 5'8". Does he have to be?
Now, here's my question. Why did Kendra feel the need to question the fact that she wants a man that makes 100K a year? I mean, think about it, y'all. This woman is 61 years old. So more than likely, she wants a man around her age, right? So you would just assume a man who's been living 60 plus years should be very comfortable and stationary in whatever he does for a living, right? And, over the years should be to the point where he is making, even if he's retired, right? So there's a lot of retired men and women who retire for one job and then they, have small businesses or they retired from a very lucrative job and still get a good pension or whichever. So the fact that Kendra questioned the fact that why would you want a man that makes 70,000? Why did, in my opinion, why did Kendra question that? If the woman says that she wants a man to make 100K, again, Kendra, you just met this woman. You don't know how much money she makes a year. You don't know what her experiences are. You don't know if she owns 2 homes, 3 homes, 4 cars, 1 car. All you know is this. You just met this woman literally 2 minutes and she tells you her standards are she would prefer a man who makes 100K. And it was just odd to me why Kendra questioning her, like, why did you feel the need to question? It just seems like every time Kendra asks the question of how much you want a man to make or a woman to make, and the person gives the figure, Kendra I think she judges them automatically off their appearance and feel like, well, why do you feel like you can, you can make that, or you can require, or you need to have that type of money? I don't understand why she always does that. If someone says they want a man to make $100K a year, then okay, well, let's see what we can find you.
Be in Chicago.
Yes.
Have you dated a man that made $100K or more?
No, I haven't.
And you will be okay if you can't find, you would never date again if you don't find a man that makes $100K?
No, I would, but he has to, if it's not 100K, at least he can go in the 75 to 80 bracket.
So he has to make bare minimum 75K, and if you don't find that, you'll just never date again.
Correct.
Ooh.
Correct.
So at that very moment, if that's what this woman wants, after 61 years of living on this earth, being married, losing her, becoming a widow, if she's at the point in her life that she wants a man that makes 100K, she said that was her standard, but quickly, because I think she felt a little intimidated by Kendra's line of questioning. So then quickly, within a minute of her saying that, she dwindles it down and says, well, minimum 75,000 to 80,000. Well, sis, what is your standard 100K, or is your standard something else? Because you said your standard is 100K. You said that within the first 2 minutes. 3-minute conversation with Kendra, she allowed you or intimidated you to reconsider your standard.
Because my goal is to be married, to get married. So that comes with it. That comes along with it. I would love to be married again.
Because your husband passed away.
Yes. And I'll never be married.
Your husband passed away. Did you get some assets?
Just one, and it wasn't good.
Okay.
Just one. I haven't dated in, it's been a while.
So, and what's the age range you would date, Lisa?
The age range, it can be 55 to 65.
55 to 65.
Yeah.
Okay, so now her age range is 55 to 65, right? I think the retirement age through Social Security, I believe it's 67. So potentially a man that's 55 years old could still be working, right? Even if he's working for a company, he owns his own business or whatever. But when you get to that 65 range, it's probably highly likely, that he's more than likely retired. Unless he was a general in the Army, the Air Force, or the Marines, or whatever, the Navy. I don't know how many retired men would be making $100,000 a year as their retirement income. Now, unless they have a pension from their job that they retire from, and then they have other things on the side that kind of, but again, at that age, and it would have been nice if she was able to, if Kendra asked, how much do you make currently right now? Because if you're asking for a man to make 100K, I'm just going to assume that you're close to that, if not at that mark or more, right? But in my opinion, the likelihood of a 65-year-old man making 100K, and I'm just going to assume in his retirement age, is highly, it's kind of unlikely.
Now, why do you think you haven't dated in a while?
You know what? I've been very busy because I'm a traveling caregiver, and I just travel. I'm starting to travel a lot, and that's why I've been really busy. Really busy.
So I'm not giving you.
So she's a traveling caregiver. So she's a home health aide. Now, I haven't looked at what home health aides make. I know, obviously a lot of the wages have increased, especially since the pandemic, especially when during the pandemic and caregivers was in a high demand, they upped the ante on what they were offering people to come work for them, nurses, CNAs, home health aides, and a lot of other professions in the healthcare industry. So, but with her saying she's a traveling caregiver, so what does that mean? You have clients in the city of Chicago that you travel to? Do you take care of people out of the state? You know, like, because she said currently right now she's in Chicago. So when the person no longer needs your care anymore, do you have, you know, several clients lined up so you're always with the client, or is there a time where you're not making any money? Because again, being a traveling caregiver, are you being paid cash through somebody hiring you independently? Are you working for an agency? And I'm gonna be honest with you, as a traveling caregiver, if she's not a nurse and a CNA, she's probably not making $100K a year.
Pushback. I'm just trying to understand.
Okay.
So is it because why does the salary matter so much to you?
Why does it matter now?
Yeah.
Because I changed my standards. Before I didn't have any standards, I'm being honest. I accepted, you know, and I was okay by me being God-fearing. You know, I'm like, you know what? No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. But then I just started raising my standards because I want more now. I want much more now.
Too much more now. Let's
Yeah.
get Kendra Cam, Lisa.
Oh, how can I do that? Because I am at work. I don't know if you can. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you're gonna. I don't know. You can't see me.
You gotta see your legs.
Pardon?
Your legs.
You know what? Let me try something. 1 second, Kendra. Let me see something. Sorry. Oh no, now I'm taking you outside where I'm at. Well, can you see anything?
You gotta see your legs.
Oh, my legs? Can you see my legs?
Your legs.
I got them. You can't see anything because I'm outdoors.
Okay.
Can you see anything?
That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. We see the city of Chicago.
Exactly.
Lisa, I want to get I want you to respond to this because I'm going to make you a highlight. I know my cousins, and I know people will say at 61 for you to have a requirement of 100K would be unrealistic. What would you say to that person?
I would say it's not unrealistic. That's all I can say. It's not, like I said, I started off 75 to 100,000, but in that range, that bracket right there is good, and I know that's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but let me ask you this: have you met any man that has tried to court you with that salary?
No, I haven't.
Do you think that might be saying something? I don't know.
Can you hear me, Kendra? Say that again. Say it again. Could you repeat yourself? I lost you.
Because you're telling me you've never met a man that made that amount of money that has tried to court you and date you. So does that not mean anything? Can you hear me, Lisa?
So, okay, I'm sorry, you guys. My mic went out. So what I was saying was, I felt a certain kind of way when I watched this video with Kendra's line of questioning. Again, Kendra, off of first observation, in my opinion, she felt like this woman shouldn't be asking for this type of money in a man, right? And like I said, Kendra G is all she does is interview people, ask them very simple questions, make the show as entertaining as she can, and she moves on. Kendra G is not necessarily a matchmaker, right? She's not like, if you guys remember the show, The Love Connection, where you would have a woman or a man coming on the show and they would have like 3 men or 3 women for them to choose from. Yeah, that's not Kendra's show. She interviews people, and then there's a host of thousands of people that could potentially go into these person's DMs or instant messages, and they pretty much do the matchmaking themselves. Like, Kendra is not a matchmaker. So the fact that Kendra is making this woman feel some type of way because she wants a man that makes $100K a year, and asking her questions like, have you ever dated a man that made $100K a year? What made, in my opinion, what made you ask that woman that question? Like, does she look like she can't get $100K a year? I don't know why Kendra does that. She does that a lot to a lot of the people that come on her show. She judges them off their appearance. And, they say a lot of times you can't judge a book by its cover. We don't know this woman's life story. We don't know her. We don't, the husband that she's married to, we don't know how much money he made. Maybe he made a lot of money. Maybe he didn't. Maybe since she's been, widowed, maybe she's came across men who weren't making the money that she wanted them to make, and the dating scene wasn't really good for her, because they couldn't really do much. So the fact that this woman, in my opinion, became intimidated by Kendra with her line of questioning, I felt like Kendra was wrong for doing her like that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat.
Lisa.
Kendra, can you hear me?
Lisa, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I just heard you just now going in and out. I'm going to move over here. Now repeat yourself, please. Okay. One more time. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's true, EJ. If you have those things in place, you're correct.
I just want to talk to you about your personal reality, because I asked you, have you ever dated a man, or has a man that made that amount of money ever tried to date you? You said no. So does that mean anything to you? Being that you've been single with this new standard, but nobody in that tax bracket has been trying to court you.
So my question is, just because she hasn't met a man yet in that tax bracket, Kendra, are you saying that's not going to happen? Are you saying because she's 61 and she has never dated a man to make $100K? Are you saying by her coming on your show, now she's being exposed to hundreds of thousands of people, right? So are you saying that now that she's coming on your show, that's still not going to be a possibility? Let's be honest. She probably doesn't know personally 100,000 people, right? But coming on your show, now she's been exposed to 100,000 plus people, right? So just because she hasn't, by coming on your show, does that mean she will not then? There's no possibility? Like, the possibilities could potentially be greater now because she's on your show.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a phone.
Maybe God doesn't want this message to go through. I don't know. Lisa, hello?
No, a phone call was coming in. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Brittany said, TMR, it's because of the data she has from the men that makes 100K. Most of them aren't asking for older women. Right. But there, again, you said the data. Maybe that data maybe the data that was taken wasn't taken from a pool of older men. Maybe it was taken from a pool of men that's 35 to 50 or 25 to 45, right? But what I'm saying is, it's not unlikely to think that there's older men out here that's making 100K a year, right? EJ just gave us an example. If you have, 401ks, IRAs, and other investments compiled with Social Security benefits, it's a grave possibility that you could be making 100K. So I understand what you're saying about the data. However, if the data doesn't have a large range of people, if it has a, a small range, then in my opinion, that data is not as accurate, because the reality is there are people out here that are older, 61 and older, even if they're retired, and it's a possibility that they could be living very comfortable with savings, IRAs, 401k investments, their own personal investments, and receiving some type of benefits, pensions from the job, retirement, and with all that combined together, they could possibly be earning 100K a year. That's very possible.
Kendra.
I didn't ask the same question 3 times. Are you able to hear me? This will be my last time.
Yes, I can. I can hear you now.
Okay. My dialogue to you is, because you said that nobody in that tax bracket has ever tried to court you. So would that mean anything? Like, if no man that makes that amount of money is trying to court you, does that mean anything?
No, it doesn't mean anything. That never happened before, but if no one tries to court me with that in that bracket, it doesn't bother me, and there's a such thing as you can't change your mind, I'm just waiting to see if that's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, I'm okay with bringing the numbers down. I'm okay with that. I just, like I said, lifted my standards a little bit just to see, because I've never done that. And I said, I'm going to try that. And if it doesn't work, of course, I'm willing to go down to, even if I go down to 60 or 50, of course I will. Without a doubt, I would. Without.
So my thing is, within less than 10 minutes of a conversation with Kendra, a woman she's never spoken to before, right? I'm sure she's watched the show before, but she's never spoken to Kendra. Within 10 minutes, you allowed Kendra to change your mind. You allowed Kendra to alter your standards. Again, I understand what the data says, but the data is not compiled of every person in the world, right? So although, men making 6 figures, if there are men 55 to 65 making 6 figures, it's not to say that they're not looking for a woman their age. Y'all, let's be honest. They could be looking for either. They could be looking for a woman younger than them or older than them, right? It just really depends on the man, right? But this woman allowed her standards to be altered by Kendra within less than 10 minutes. So in my opinion, your standard was always, it really wasn't your standard. If you were able to change your mind in less than 10 minutes of a conversation with a woman you've never talked to before, this is your standard, wasn't your standard. To me, she's watching other people living life. She says she's a traveling caregiver. So I'm just going to assume she's a caregiver for wealthy people, and she see how they're living lives, and she dreams of living a wealthy life or being with a man that can, provide for her. And that's how she's upped her standards. But the reality for this lady, for Lisa, is, again, if you haven't met that man in 61 years, it's possible that you probably won't. And it's possible that you would or could. I just wouldn't allow Kendra to knock me off my square. Like, if my standard is 100K, I would have told Kendra, sis, no disrespect, but you can have your opinion, but this is my standard. Let's finish with the line of questioning.
I'm just being honest. I just said I wanted to try something new. I wanted to get outside my comfort zone.
Yeah, 100K is the job. 100K going out like dilators. You got to be 100K. Y'all be saying 100K like it's nothing. And somebody in the comments said 100K is not a lot of money. And I would humbly say I agree, right? I would humbly say in my world, 100K really isn't a lot of money. But then I always ask, is 100K pursuing you? Because you're right, it's not a lot of money. But I believe in creating.
Now, someone else in the chat said this. People saying 100K is not a lot of money. Not trying to be funny, but how many in the chat right now are making 100K a year? And there's possibly are some of you guys in here making 100K a year, but everybody in the chat is not going to raise their hand, right? So if everybody's not making 100K, then obviously 100K is a lot of money, right? Because if a lot of money it's something. If it's not a lot of money, then we all should be able to be making it and obtaining it, right? Jobs for McDonald's, you can't go to McDonald's and make 100K a year, right? So 100, in my opinion, 100K is a lot. It's more than 50K a year, right? So now obviously if you're making 100K, then that's what you make. But you're trust me, if you're making 100K a year, you're living much comfortable or more comfortable than somebody who's making 30, 40, or 50K a year. So to a rich person or a well-off person, yeah, 100K might not be anything, but to average Americans who are not in that tax bracket, 100K is a lot of money.
Creating your reality, and then I also believe in acknowledging your reality.
Right.
So if 100K is not a lot of money, then the question is this person trying to pursue you?
Congratulations.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. No, they haven't, but if they don't, then I'll just see what comes my way.
Okay, that's fair enough, Lisa. Let's keep going. So your last relationship, was it your husband?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
When's the last time you was? Oh, you said no. When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was how many years ago was that? That's been a minute. It's been 7 years. 7 years.
Hey, Pearl.
Yes.
Okay, 7 years. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
7 years ago.
7 years ago. Are you waiting for a marriage or a relationship or just
relationship?
Relationship. Okay.
Yes.
What are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
My 3 flaws.
Exactly, Rhea. Okay. Right, S. Wiseman.
Sometimes I have a tendency of over talking people. I have to learn to curb that, over talk. I can be a little bullheaded, just a little bit. I can work on that from being bullheaded and over talking people. That's all. Just those 2, really, because I've changed a great deal.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
A guy would be lucky to be with me because I'm caring. I have a big heart. I love to assist people in all areas. I'm a giver.
Okay, so let's stop for a moment. Sis says she hasn't been in a relationship in 7 years. Y'all, a lot has happened in 7 years. The world has literally changed in 7 years. Okay. So sis, I would like to know, why haven't you been dating in 7 years? Is it the circle of people that you're around? Are you an introvert? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you not go to church? You can meet people at your church, do you not have friends who know people that are possibly single and kind of do like a matchmaking thing, a blind date thing? The fact that she said that she hasn't dated in 7 years, I'm like, wow, sis, that's a long time.
Just like I told you, I was a traveling caregiver, so it's in my heart. I have a sense of humor. Just fun to be with.
Okay. Let's do it. Lisa, Chicago, 61, caregiver. She's 126. How can the guy reach out to you, honey?
They can reach out to me via Facebook. My name is Lisa Clark. I'm not on Instagram. I can give them my email address. Is that allowed or no?
I mean, I've had older, not seasoned people. How about that? Seasoned people give out their email address before. So if you want to give out your email address, you can.
Okay, Lisa Clark 0512 at yahoo.com.
Okay, and there you have it. I wish you the best, honey.
Thank you, Kendra, and you have a great day.
Bye, baby. Bye, baby.
Bye-bye. See ya.
Not sis giving out her email address.
Let me say this, because I am a living witness of anything is possible. My life is a manifestation. And if y'all been on this show with this journey for me, you've seen, you guys I've been doing media for over 20 years. I am aware that most of y'all know me from this show, which I created 3 years ago. But
okay, before we listen to Kendra's speech, I just want to say this, y'all. If y'all out here dating, please do not offer your email address to men or women or whatever your sexual preference is. Would y'all please not get you an Instagram or get you a Facebook, okay? Do not offer somebody your email address. Lord, that's what happened when you ain't dated in 7 damn years.
I would say, so I understand in speaking into existence of what you want. That is works very well for me, manifestation. So I do believe in that. But I also believe in also acknowledging what is coming towards you. And someone said that 100K is not a lot of money. And if in your world 100K is not a lot of money, more power to you. So then I would just say, is that person trying to pursue you? Like, are you dating a man? Like, it doesn't take for me or the cousins to tell you something. Your reality speaks to you more than I can ever speak to you. I'm meeting you within minutes. And all I do is I like to ask the question.
I know that's right, EJ.
To help you understand what might be your dating pool. Because what happens is, because we're on social media, we're all connected. Like right now, I'm in LA, you probably in Aruba, New York, Chicago, Texas. Who the hell knows where you are? But we're connected in this moment. When you're on social media, you're scrolling and you're seeing women with these baller men. Oh, I want to talk about this. With these baller men, and you're like, well, I deserve that life too. I deserve that life too. I deserve to be treated like a queen too, and I get all that too. But what a lot of times y'all don't know is what that woman is dealing with behind those photos. Y'all might be looking at those photos and be like, wow, she has this, she has a nice house. You don't know what the hell she's dealing with in that relationship. So don't ever just look at the screenshot and think that grass is greener on the other side. And then secondly, you do have to acknowledge, are you surrounded by those men? Are you surrounded by those people? Like, are there 10, 100K or plus more trying to date you? Like, are they? Not telling you to, and if they're not, and that's what you want, figure out your way to get into their environment.
I agree. I agree with Kendra. You can't expect to want a man that makes 100K a year, but you hang around with all the people that make 30K a year, right? If you want a man that makes 100K a year, are you in the circle of people who make 100K a year? If you're not in the circle of people who make 100K a year, the likelihood of you meeting that person is very slim, right? So if you're wanting to make that type of money, if you're wanting to date someone making that type of money, you got to be in the realm of those people who are making that type of money, right? If you hanging out with all the people that making $20,000 and $30,000 a year, yeah, you're not gonna. It's not gonna happen, right? It's how would you like? I mean, there is a thing called a chance of faith, but that's highly unlikely, right? So again, I don't know. Like, we didn't really get to know a lot about this woman and her past or whatever like that. We just got a brief description, but I didn't like how the fact where she came on here very adamant what her standards were, and in less than 10 minutes, she allowed Kendra to make her reconsider herself. And that just shows me a lack of confidence. So if I picked up on that, don't you think the men that could potentially be watching this show and may think she's nice looking and want to, send her an email will probably more than likely feel that way too, And one thing men love in women, they love confident women, right? And at that moment, she showed her lack of confidence. All right, y'all, let's get her off the screen and let's move on to the next one, honey. 65K would be okay. I agree, SC Johnson. I definitely agree. You said I don't see Kendra dating no 50K man. No, I don't. But Kendra is also, she's in the realm of people who obviously make 100K plus. So if Kendra wants a man that makes 6 figures and more, okay, she's in the realm of people who make that type of money. So that wouldn't be hard for her. I don't think Miss Lisa is in the realm of people that's making that type of money, because if she was, she wouldn't need Kendra G's show. So again, that's why Kendra made had the conversation about people idolizing stuff that they see on the internet. And you can't do that. Like, you see people living good lives and these men, whatever they're doing for the women. However, you don't know what that woman is suffering or having to deal with in order to get that lifestyle that they're portraying on the internet. You just gotta look at the internet, see it, scroll it, and keep on going. But understand, your life is your life, their life is their life. And just because you see them living a certain type of life, you don't know how they came about to live that life. All right. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next one. So now we got another lady coming to the break room. This young lady says men assume she's high maintenance. Okay, they said as soon as they see her, all right, they just automatically think she's a high maintenance woman. And I was like, well, how is that, sis? Like, are you jumping out of a Maserati? Are you like, what are you jumping out of? Okay. If men just automatically see you, like, are you dripped in gold, diamonds? Do you have a house in Dubai? Like, how do men automatically look at you and assume that you're high maintenance? Well, let's go ahead and get her on the screen and let's see if when we see her, if we think or consider that she's high maintenance. All right, let me get the video up on the screen for y'all.
$35, what you do for a living?
I have been a nurse 13 years. I'm off right now, running a couple businesses right now.
You're running a couple businesses?
Yeah, and I actually listened to the woman and the guy, and both of them had good points. I've been a nurse since I was 22 years old, and you do get stigmatism because I had a Cadillac Escalade at 23. Men thought I was high maintenance, and
Wait, I'm confused. You agree with the woman and the guy on what?
the nurse that was older. You do get a type when you are a nurse. Period. Like my house is 2,000 square feet, my first house. So I did get a little against me for having more early.
Where did that happen? That happened.
So wait, what? First of all, girl, what are you talking about? Kendra asked you what your name was and where you from, and we went from that, and you talking about when you was 22 and you 30 plus now. Back when you was 22, you was driving a Cadillac Escalade. And so you're saying people stereotyped you because you were young and you was driving a Cadillac Escalade. So they just automatically assumed you was high maintenance. They probably just assumed you had a good ass job, sis. Not necessarily high maintenance, but okay.
On this show?
Yeah, the lady that came on that actually got the car and put the phone upside down.
Oh, she said no. Well, maybe I missed it. What I remember from her saying is,
she was saying like being a nurse, like you kind of get discriminated against. Like you try to go back in your career, but if you did your career early, they do kind of stereotype you.
So who stereotypes you? Who's doing the stereotypes?
I remember pulling up to a barbershop because I have a son, and they told me, our man just assumed I was high maintenance. Just assumed I was high maintenance because I was at a Cadillac Escalade.
Because you're in a Cadillac Escalade.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I've always thought that. I don't know why.
So you're saying that.
So I'm curious, why do you feel the need to tell us what you had back when you was 22? Do you still have the Cadillac Escalade now? I don't know. I'm confused. Within 2 minutes, you telling us what type of car you drove or driving. Like, why do we need to know? Kendra didn't even ask that question. Is that one of the questions? Do Kendra ask the people now what type of car they drive? I didn't think that was the question. How did we get on your car, sis?
Okay, because we're starting off here. So I was just trying to see where you were coming from. So you wanted to co-sign. So let me just talk to you directly.
I was co-signing on her and the guy because I don't know if he knows there's a big difference between hearing and listening comprehension.
But sis, what are you co-signing on past people that would sis? You was here, unless you want to date the nurse lady and the man, unless you want to date one of them, your in my opinion, your focus should be on the man that you want to date or woman. I don't know what your preference is yet, but that should be the conversations. That's not even like, I'm confused. Like, how did we get off track in 2 minutes? Can you imagine having a conversation with this woman? Like, she clearly got off track in 2 minutes.
I heard both.
What did the guy say?
He said somebody who can listen, but a fool can listen I need you to comprehend what I'm saying.
Okay.
I need you to understand what I'm saying. I talk to the wall all day.
Ooh. All right, so let's Latrice, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Latrice, Mississippi, 35. She's a nurse. You have any kids?
2.
2 kids. How old are your kids?
7, about to be 17 and 7.
7. Both by the same man?
Oh no, I was raped at 18. So
Oh, no,
my
I'm
first
sorry to hear
baby,
that.
I didn't embrace it. I didn't learn to advocate for it, and then I fight for it.
Sis, in no way am I being insensitive to your trauma. In no way. However, don't you think that was a little too much information? Like we've literally known you for 3 minutes. Kendra asked you, were they by the same man? The question should have been, no, they're not. How you conceived the children, that's a conversation later on down the line, right? When you meet the man and y'all get to talking and get to knowing each other. And when you're to the point where you want to share that trauma, then you share that trauma. The question was, were they by the same man? And you proceeded to tell us something that happened very traumatic to you when you were 17 or younger. I guess she was 17 when she had the baby. I believe that's what she said. She talk a lot. She talk a whole lot. No one asked you that. Wait a minute, what's going on? I don't know. I wouldn't have divulged that information on the internet.
So
Okay.
like I'm trying to get this thing back up, but the closer I get to it, the more shiny I get. Oof, yeah,
Okay.
I can fool it.
The light, I mean, I can work with this, but
I
you always
just
want the
got
light
home
right.
and I just
Say again, sweetheart.
I said
You want
the
light in
older
your face. You're putting all the light behind you. You want the light to be in front of your face, not behind you.
And
So with love, what she said, Kendra asked her how many kids do she have? She said 2. She said, what were their ages? The lady responded 17 and 7. She said, are they by the same man? And she said, no, I was the R word when I was 17. That wasn't the question. Kendra asked you, were they by the same men? The answer should have been, no, they are not. That's it. I guess what she tried to do, because the babies are not by the same men, in order for her not to look like she was some loosey goosey back in the day, I guess, obviously she wanted to be upfront with her trauma that she experienced at a young age, and that's why she got pregnant. Which, sis, I mean, if you got 2 kids by 2 different men and they're 10 years apart, we're definitely not going to think you're a hoe, right? You had a baby when you were 17, and then 10 years later we would just figure, I mean, you were young, you made some mistakes, which that's not her situation. She had a traumatic experience. However, the question was, were they by the same man? The answer, in my opinion, should have been no. And whatever happened to her traumatic in her teenage years, if she wanted to discuss that with the man that she felt like needed to know her business, it would have been later on down the line. That would have been an appropriate time to talk about, not on social media in the first 3 minutes of us meeting you.
everything in my house works on remote.
Let's reach for it. All right, honey, this looks good. We're good.
Pisces.
I'm gonna work. I'm say it again.
Pisces.
I asked you your zodiac sign.
I thought you said sign.
I did. Not yet. I said it's fine. We can work with this. Okay. So Latrice, Mississippi, 35 nurse. So have you ever been married?
No. I've been engaged all my 20s, but I've been single all my 30s.
Okay. You've been single all your 30s. Now your zodiac sign is Pisces, and you're going to Mississippi. All right. So stand, baby girl, you got to stand and look at us, honey. You're like standing to the side. Look straight into the camera. There you go. Okay. What kind of man you looking for, baby?
I I don't think it's gonna be my age. I'm looking for the men that I was raised around because maybe because I was a many kids, I was raised around my grandparents. Someone with true old school like manners. I don't think real is rare now. Nobody keeps it 100. Nobody's. I have zero filter. I'm honest. I'm transparent.
Okay, sis, I don't think she gets out much. I don't think she has a lot of people that she gets to talk to. Kendra asked you what's the age range, sis, and you start talking about old souls. Did she ever say the age?
I'm authentic. I am who I am, and it is what it is. And I don't see what's the big problem in communication now. I don't know why people, if you want to lead a single life, live a single life. But it's
I agree,
too
Risha.
much other stuff going around to be doing all you doing.
Okay. So what are your what are you referring to? Like men just women?
Or can't communicate. Like literally, I had a truck driver that was a real good contender. I really liked him. Me and him really vibe. 46 years old, two trucking companies, Marine, but could not. He can talk to his fellow truckers or bikers, but he cannot have a conversation with a woman.
Yeah, I agree, EJ. I was curious of why we were in her bedroom. I don't understand why everybody likes to invite the world into their bedroom. I don't like imagine you're on this show and you're trying to meet a guy and the first thing he's seen already is your bedroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't see your bed and how big it is. Like, I don't think like it should be a minute before he even get to the bedroom. Like he shouldn't get no further past the living room and the bathroom, right? Um she don't have like a dining room, a living room, a sitting room, somewhere else. I found that odd that she was in the bedroom, but let's continue.
He actually told me in the restaurant, could I change my face? Yeah. I want no folks who hey, if you say something that's kind of offensive, you're gonna kind of, your facing your mouth probably changes. If you wanna, they say something that offends you, you probably not gonna be smiling while you're eating. So the second my face changes, like, oh, people are watching. Can you change that? Nah, no.
All of this because Kendra asked the age range of the guy that she wanted. Like, how did we get to this? She talked about when she first came on that the other man and listening skills and communicate, like, sis, you're not listening because you're not listening to the questions that Kendra is asking you. She's giving way too much. Like, I understand have a conversation, but in my opinion, you got to kind of stick to the question and then let the question lead off. Once you answered the question of the age range, 32 to 35, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, once you gave us the actual age range, if you wanted to elaborate off of that, like if Kendra said, well, why would you want a man that age? Then that's when you would go into the conversation. Like she never even said the age range.
Okay. What are your
That sounded real crazy. Communication, cheating. I just want honesty, real.
Honest, you want real. Does he have to look a certain way?
I like tall.
How tall are you?
And I'm only like 5'3".
So you want him
everybody's taller than me.
So is it 6 feet or just taller than you?
Yeah, I like 6 feet. Yeah, 6 feet.
Okay. How much money does he have to make? Hello?
That was my alarms going off.
Okay. How much money does he have to make? Is there a minimum requirement?
No, but I think you should not be feeding off me. If you look at me like I'm high maintenance, then don't look at my home. Don't look at my vehicles. Be able to finance you. But if you are looking to be that alpha, and that's what a lot of men say, alpha, then what do you consider alpha? What do you call 50-50? I heard there's a lot of discussion on this 50-50 and alpha stuff lately.
So
and
once again, she never answers the question. what age, what income bracket? Or does it matter? No. But then the answer she gave was, don't look at what I got going on and think you're gonna live off me. Since that wasn't the question, what's the income bracket that you would be comfortable with of dating a man? You didn't tell us that.
You mentioned this again, high maintenance. So what are your what's your background? You said you own a house, you drive an Escalade.
Yeah, I mean, I have vehicles and I have my own house and I have my own businesses and my dad's. But
Oh, your dad lives with you?
no, he just passed away a year ago. So
Okay, sorry to hear that.
I'm the heir, so I had to take on more than what I was used to.
So within 7 minutes, sis has basically told us that she got a little money over there. Okay. Now, why did you feel the need? Is that why people think you're high maintenance? Because you make people think you're high maintenance? You told us, you're the heir of your daddy's estate. So I guess you got, you got small businesses, you got your dad's, you acquired your dad's stuff, I guess, houses and cars, and so you got a lot going on. Why did we need to know that? Like, you're trying to get a man to reach out to you based off the questions that Kendra asked, you answered, and based off your appearance, to see if a man would even be interested in getting to know you better. Well, he already going into it that, basically you got a little money in your pocket. But then you don't want a man to look at you that way because you say all men think you high maintenance. Well, maybe because you like to flaunt what you have. Maybe that's why they think that.
Okay. And you
But
feel
I'm
like
used to always having it.
in the past, men have judged you for your material?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
Most definitely. But for being a nurse or just for being ahead of the game at an early age.
Okay.
But I was raped and molested, so I know my flaws is affection. Number one, I didn't like to be touched for nothing. I kept 2 jobs at a time, even though I was engaged all my 20s. I had 5 rings, 2 from one, 2 from another, and 1 from another. But I stayed with my same person, middle school, high school, and college. But
So the men just want you, but yet you're not married and never been married. You said you had 5 engagement rings, but no marriage. I mean, at this point, sis, I wouldn't even mention the 5 engagement ring if you couldn't even get to the altar.
but it was more so he was a safe person to call when I knew I was in trouble.
Gotcha.
So I
So
got
you gave
Not
me
what,
look
EJ?
funny.
Say again, yeah. I'm really sorry that you were raped at such a young age.
Mom likes it. What is happening?
What are 2 other flaws? You name one of your flaws.
One to be affection, shadow working, and not being used to mine hours,
Okay.
possession hours.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but when's the last time you was intimate with somebody?
My grandma said, "Don't you never tell nobody that."
All right.
In
Why
the
would I
South,
be lucky to be with you?
I keep it 100. I am not going to lie to you. I'm not going to expect you to lie on me. I am going to completely keep it 100. You always have complete honesty from me. If you come ride for me for 100, I'm coming for you 110. I'm coming
There you have it.
for you. Like if you got my back, baby, I got yours.
Let's do the Kendra Cam. I almost forgot.
This is what get me in trouble. Okay.
Oh, this gets you in trouble?
Yeah,
Why does it get you in trouble?
because they always look at my booty more than they look at anything else. For some reason, my butt seems to have more attention than anything else. That's mainly why I was shaped so young the way I was back then.
So wait, what? Now, sis, I'm not trying to be mean at any way, but sis, I'm sorry, you're not giving body oddy over there. You giving body because you got a body, meaning we all got bodies, but you're not giving shit brick house. Okay. So she says her ass is what gets her in trouble. Okay. She said every time people see her, they see her ass before they see her. I said, okay, girl. And 5 engagement rings and no marriage, but okay.
because I was shaped early with a small waist, big hips, and a big butt back as a child. As a early teenager, I was shaped that way, and I never lost it. I only gained weight 2 years ago because I had brain surgery. That's it.
Say again, honey.
I had brain surgery 2 years ago, so that's the only weight I've gained my whole life.
You know what I have noticed on this show? There people come with a lot of it's a lot going on with people in the world, y'all. Sis has told us now 2 tragic things. Okay. Her unfortunate situation that happened when she was a teenager, and it was resulted in her having her first child. And now she had brain surgery 2 years ago. Now again, I just met you. Me personally, I don't think I need to know all that. I've literally known you for 10 minutes. And you've told me everything other than what you just ate 2 hours ago. That's the only thing you ain't told us.
Oh, sorry to hear. You've been through a lot of things. So you're saying men
I agree,
usually just
Mom
want
Life.
you for your body?
No, I think that's what they see. If I meet them in person, they say something like, I think I have to work on that you're so beautiful or you're pretty part. I don't wear makeup. I stick the mascara, eyeshadow, and lip gloss, but I'm not like a makeup person. And my hair is huge, so I keep it done because I have to go. But I think I don't like people telling me I'm pretty. I'm not there yet, because everybody who said that used it for a wrong reason. So most
So
people come to you, be like, "Oh, look at your baby girl, look at your waist to hip ratio," and they throw it off right there. I already don't want to talk to you. And
I'll make sure
mentally, if I can't deal with you mentally, if we can't connect mentally, we can't connect at all.
so so one of the issues you have is men are often mesmerized by your beauty, your body.
Well, I wouldn't say that because right now I'm cleaning up my house. But yeah, or they say stuff like that.
So basically you said it ain't your beauty, it's your booty. Okay. So y'all, Miss Ma'am over here says that she has an issue with um pretty privilege. Okay. She said, men are mesmerized by her booty and her face. Although she doesn't wear makeup, she's just a natural girl. But she said that, men can't really see her for herself because they too busy looking into her face and staring at her butt.
And you don't like when a man just focus on how pretty you are.
If it was my man, I don't think I have a problem with it when I was engaged. But if it's just random people, like when I go to the city, go to Jackson or something like that, or I'm out of town, and it's kind of made an object of, I don't like it. For some reason, I don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, my Marine just finally told me like 2 years ago, you the only female I know don't own a mirror in their room.
Why don't you own a mirror?
I never cared to look at the mirror on the way out the door. I know what I'm gonna wear, and I know I put on eyeliner and lip gloss, and I'm going out the door. Usually,
What? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm confused. What does this have to do with it? You don't own a mirror in your room? Somebody noticed that? Oh, okay.
I was always used to wearing scrubs, so I had to check my clothes or nothing. So I just headed out the door.
Isn't
But
that makeup Mom
I have a
Life?
lot of tattoos, but it's mostly covered by my scrubs. But yeah, mostly it was my body.
Okay. So I want to be clear. So you're turned off if a guy is all about how good you look.
No, I turned off. I think it's a trigger. It's a trigger. It's a shadow work I gotta do there.
So you don't like for men to tell you that you're beautiful? Why? Oh, you say it's a trigger. I mean, y'all, look. This woman told us that she experienced a very traumatic situation when she was a teenager, which resulted in her having a baby. Okay. It's a grave possibility that she probably didn't receive the extensive therapy that she needed behind that, right? She probably felt like she is the reason why that happened, right? So again, it just me personally, and again, I'm not a therapist, right? No, no, in no way. But you can tell when somebody needs therapy. You can just tell by their conversation because it doesn't sound normal or logical, right? And this is how this, and then she just rambles off as if she doesn't get to talk to people much. She, since she has been on this show for 12 minutes, she's never answered a question fully. She's never answered the actual question. She elaborates with her answer, but never gives the answer to the actual question.
I got to fix. That's not on them. That's me.
Okay. Well, Latrice, why would a guy be lucky to be with you, honey?
What you see is what you get. I'm not going to ever lie to you. I'm never going to tell you like anything that's not the truth. I'm giving you complete honesty. Um, I'm not want to check your phone. If you give me exactly what I give you, I'm going to give it back. I pour into my patients. I pour into anybody I know. I give you the shirt on my back. I give you my last dollar. I just need to know you're worth it. Are you?
Sis, I don't know if that should be a reason why a man should date you, because basically you just told us, you pour into people, you'll give them the shirt off your back, and maybe that is the truth, but I don't think. I mean, is that a characteristic of a person? What about like I have a good personality, I'm energetic, I'm athletic, I'm entertaining, I like to read books, I like to ride bike. Like whatever happened to saying that, it's the making people feel like you're just, one in a million. And maybe you are, sis, but because you think that doesn't mean the person that meets you is going to think that. Like again, just why would a man to be lucky to date you? He would have to date me to find out, right? Like that to me, that would have been my answer. He would need to reach out to me to get to know me, and we'll see if we match energies, because the likelihood is you may not match energies, right? With all these nice things that she's saying about herself, you may not match that man's energy. So maybe he won't feel so lucky, or you won't feel so lucky.
Are you rare? Are you that kind of person?
And there you have it. Let's do it. Latrice, Mississippi. Or does he have to be in Mississippi?
No, I think I'd rather talk to somebody who's not here first. Because I don't mind relocating.
You will relocate. Can the guy have kids already?
Yes. Because I really don't, I don't know if I intend on having anymore.
Okay. And what's the age range you want to date? I know you said older.
That's true, EJ.
I have never met a guy 35 who has accomplished much yet. They all been over 40.
All right.
So your age range is 40? Is that the answer?
So you want 40 and
35, 45, maybe?
Okay, sure. Let's do it. Latrice, Mississippi, 35, is a nurse, 2 kids, 17 and 7. She's a Pisces. Let's do it, boo. How can the guy reach out to you?
On Facebook, I'm Latrice Hayes. And then on TikTok, I'm just nurse_red.
Okay.
REDD with number 2.
All right, girlfriend. Well, it was good talking to you. Bye, baby.
Good talking to you. I was like, I didn't pan the camera right. I just had it sitting on my dress while I was listening to you. Because normally I have you on my TV, but I'm all into Criminal Minds. I'm all into Spencer and all that.
My thing is, you don't like for people to appreciate your body, but yet you stand back so we can get a full view of your body before you get off the camera.
Kind of stuff. So I just like my daughter, she would have been in here posing for you. Like my mini-me is horrible, but she would have said, "Mama, pose." And she come in every day and tell me I'm beautiful for some reason. And I think she's just an old soul.
All right, baby girl. Well, we gotta go. Bye, sweetheart.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ooh, that was a lot. Oh my goodness. She seemed like a nice lady though. She definitely did seem like a very nice lady. However, she, a lot of you guys are in the chat saying, um, you know, I don't know. She says she's a nurse. Now, what she did say, um, yeah, girl, bye. Okay, what she did say is that she was practicing nursing and she's currently not practicing. So she did say that. Okay, she did say that because she said she has other business ventures that she's managing now. Okay, so she did say that. But I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Sis was very exhausting. Okay, I'm tired. Like that lady was very exhausting. I didn't like how she couldn't stay on task with the line of questioning, and she liked to talk a lot about herself, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm just always leery of people who always want to talk about them. like okay, it's like we get it, sis. But the conversation, like just right now, she told us that her daughter always come in the room every day and tell us she beautiful, but yet you told us you don't like for people to tell you you're beautiful. Like, sis, you're not ugly. But eye dropping, I don't, I didn't get that, but you're not an ugly woman. She's not an ugly woman. But but good luck to her. Good luck to all of them, honey. They probably let her go. She cannot stay on task at all. No, she can't. And then that's the thing. She says she was engaged all of her 20s, but she's been single all of her 30s. And I think she said she's like 34, right? So I would have liked to know what happened to the engagement. You said you had 5 engagement rings. Well, how come nobody landed and made you to the offer? I would really want her to answer that question based off her, what she feels. Trisha said she wasn't all that like she was implying. Yeah, yeah, she really, I don't know. She was a lot. She's about a 4 or a 5. Yeah, I wasn't given drop dead gorgeous. It definitely wasn't given that. Again, it wasn't given ugly. She's not an ugly lady. But as far as her, she talked about how how men say she's so shapely. And to be quite honest with you, sis was not, she was kind of round. Okay, I'm gonna just say that she was kind of round all the way around. All right, I don't know, girl, child. I need that's these people on the Kendra G show. I know a lot of times you guys ask, "Is this real?" Yes, it's real, y'all. Y'all see the stuff we see on the internet with these moms. If y'all think that's something, child, there's people out here that ain't got nothing on these moms. Okay, that come across this Kendra G show. But a lot of times I feel like people come here looking for whatever they're looking for. But a lot of times I feel like there's 2 things. Either they're not ready for what they're looking for, or they don't know what they're looking for. Although they're saying, I want this and I want that. But a lot of times I just really feel like people don't be ready, you know? Especially now in this generation and the dating pool, it's a lot going on. And you definitely got to be mentally capable and able to get out here and date, okay? Because you come across all kind of people, all from all different walks of life. And she's stuck in the past. Yeah, it did seem that way, Kayla. It did. She did speak a lot about her past and nothing about her present, you know. And that's another thing too. She said that she lives in Mississippi. I think she's like outside of Jackson. So she was very eager to, she even said that she's willing to relocate. So she's willing to pack up and go move somewhere, some man that she meet. And see, that's another thing. Relocation, if you're from based off what she said, she got businesses and all this stuff going on. So it sounds like you're grounded where you're at. Why would you want to relocate from all the things you have built? Hey, Tennessee Hennessy, I would be afraid to date if I wasn't married. Yes, Sean Truesdale. It's a mess out here. You said I looked at her Facebook page. Even her older pictures were average. Yeah, her older pictures were average. Okay. Yeah, like I said, she definitely was given average. She wasn't given extraordinary to me. Now, if she feels like she's a 10, then okay, sis. I mean, you're a 10, you know. But like I said, she's not an ugly woman, but it was just her talking more about her and how beautiful she is and how she has so much to offer a man materialistically, but yet she says every time men see her, they just assume that she's high maintenance. Okay. You said because Jackson, Mississippi is no joke. Baby, is it not no joke? All right, y'all. That's my reaction, honey. We definitely will be back with some more Kendra G reactions. I have a couple more I wanted to show you guys, and just to have a conversation. What I really want to do too, with at the end of the Kendra G reactions, I kind of want to do call-ins so you guys can sound off, in the as you do in the chat, but come on live stream and give your thoughts and opinions of the guest of the show. Because you guys definitely always have a lot of opinions in the chat, so I want to try to do that as well too. I want to incorporate that in the next Kendra G reaction live, and let you guys call in and give your thoughts and opinions on the guest. Okay, maybe we'll do like 2 or 3, and then you guys can give your opinion. You said Liv says she's not monetized on YouTube anymore, so she's blasting music on YouTube. I know Olivia had said a few months back that, I think April Fool's to be exact, she told us she wasn't monetized, but I don't think that's true, because how else would Olivia be surviving? She definitely is in a low income housing, all right? So she doesn't have full rent. She's not paying $2,000 in rent. But trust me, sis, Liv is definitely getting a Google AdSense check. Somebody who's not monetized does not put up videos every day. Okay. All right, y'all. You said TMR Jazzy House sold today. What? Did it really? What? Wait, sold? Oh, really? No, I haven't heard. Huh. I got some DMs, you guys. I haven't checked yet, and that's probably what it's about. Let me go over here and check my DMs. And we'll talk about it. Let me go check my traps, honey, because I haven't really been on Jasmine today, y'all, because I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. The last couple of days of Jasmine and her mess, baby, I'm just like, Jasmine had really put on a performance these last couple of days, and I'm just like totally off. Like, it was just so off-putting of her behavior, and I'm just like, Lord. You say it was listed for rent. Okay, you said it was listed for rent. Huh. You say it's not for rent anymore? Huh. Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna have to go do some investigation, because I'm not really familiar with y'all talking about. Y'all know I was at work today, so I got home. I had to finish up some stuff, and then I wanted to jump on live and do a reaction, Kendra G reaction with you guys. But I definitely need to go check this out. Yeah, you said it was on the market, huh? Okay. Lord, these ladies, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell y'all this in as we get ready to get up out of here. I personally feel Jasmine and Olivia are two women that really should be on this internet. They got too much and when I say that, two women that we're watching, in my opinion, they have too much going on in their lives, and they should be shamed to even put it out here on the internet for the world to see. Tina said, Tina, I'll go get you coffee and come back so we can discuss Jazz dirty self. You're so silly, Tina. With Love said it was on the market this morning for $2,500, and now it's off the market for $2,350. Really? Okay, so Tennessee Hennessy said, I think it was for rent and is no longer for rent. It is saying sold as of 6/20/21. Well, maybe that's when the owners bought the house. And because y'all know Jasmine moved in that house probably July of 2021, because it's 2023 now. I think she moved in that house in July. So maybe they closed on it on 6/20/21, and then they end up, turning it into a rental property. Okay, Michelle. All of you guys have different things that you're saying in the chat that's going on. Michelle just said her house is for rent online and the landlord is scheduling tours. Hey, Sam. You can schedule a tour and everything. Wow. Huh. Okay. Yeah, so basically they removed the rental ad. Well, they probably removed the rental ad. So y'all, let's be honest. I don't know where it was. If it was on rental, if it was on for rent, let's just say Trulia or Zillow, one of those, right? And they removed it. They probably removed it because just like y'all in the chat telling me, trust me, there's probably a couple thousand other people that know the same information as you. Imagine all those people calling the number that was probably listed in there. They probably took it off from all the calls they got, but it probably is still for rent. It was on both of those, AK? Sabrina said, are you actually, Pearl said, Sabrina, are you actually going on the tour? Well, here's the thing. That's the thing. If Jasmine, see, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, we're gonna have to come back. We're gonna have to come back. Like Tina said, I gotta get my coffee, child. They probably got too many listings. They probably got too many inquiries. You said the house had 25 applications. How y'all know it had 20? Baby. Matter of fact, I don't even want to ask that question. I know how y'all know, because the internet is relentless. Okay. They had scheduled visits for today weekend for her house. She definitely has to move. But that's the thing. If she has to move, if the house was listed today and she have to move, then what was the whole hoopla about the other day? Yeah, let me do my investigation, y'all. Let me go back and let me go check. Because again, you guys, I appreciate all of y'all for being in these streets. But y'all know there's times I'm in here in these streets, and there's a lot of times when I'm not in these streets. Okay. They probably figured that they would find someone in all those applicants. Y'all think she was putting on for Chris? I think she was putting on for the internet. I don't think it had anything to do with Chris. People are saying Chris doesn't know, so she lied about the pizza mat. What? Yo, let me go. Let me take a look. Okay, let me go take a look, and then let me come back with my actual reaction, because right now I'm getting what y'all telling me in the chat, and I don't really want to talk on something I'm not fully aware of. I know you guys are telling me what your thoughts are or what you've seen, but let me go see it for myself and let me get my own interpretation. Then we could talk about it as a collective. Jazzy blaming YouTube and reactors. Oh, really? Well, child, she always blaming reactors for something. Okay, reactors is the reason why her food stamp got taken on 12/6. Y'all remember that? I don't know. With Love said the app itself will show the number of applicants. That house was literally listed an hour before I went on there, and people was in chat saying they called and set up tours. I don't blame them for removing. Yeah, that's probably what they did. If they removed it, they probably removed it from the overwhelming response from the internet. But just, I mean, see, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. In a sense, that does something to Jasmine's ego. That makes Jasmine feel like people checking for her. But in the reality, sis, it's kind of sad. It makes you look tacky, okay? Because it has nothing to do, like, the fact that people were even doing that. Jasmine really, that's why Jasmine shouldn't come on here talking about her personal business. Jasmine has left breadcrumbs since the beginning of this year about possibly getting ready to move. Y'all remember when her and Chris was over there fighting? And then all of a sudden she went dormant for a couple of days on the internet. And then she came back with the video of her and Chris going to look at the house with 2 living rooms. Y'all remember that? So Jasmine's been, she's been dropping breadcrumbs for a while, right? She used the pizza situation as an excuse as to why she's moving, knowing she had to move all alone. I mean, that definitely sounds like that could be logical. At this point, child, who knows? Because, all these ladies do for the most part is lie. Tina said, okay, Tina, let me go to the liquor store. Don't forget, right. Y'all, let's go to the liquor store. Well, y'all go to the liquor store. Tina not going to the liquor store. But y'all go to the liquor store. I'm going to go upstairs and make me a cup of coffee, honey. Let me sit back for a minute, get my thoughts together. Let me go check my traps, okay? Because I got some DMs. I just hadn't checked them yet. Because I jumped on this live after I got off work. So let me get on here real quick and do this reaction. I'll be afraid for my safety and children. People are all in my business. But that's the thing, Sean. Everybody on the internet is not getting what Jasmine is getting. I feel like Jasmine gets what she gets on this internet because she basically she wants that. She wants the smoke. That's why she gets the smoke. They be looking up serial killers' home too, so no flex. Yeah, exactly. Wait for it. Exactly. Pearl said, I don't know if HR will allow liquor in the break room. Yeah, since we take breaks for 1 damn hour over here, HR can't do nothing to us, honey. She was paying $4.50 for the dog. $4.50. Okay, y'all. Let me come back. We're gonna come back. We're gonna finish it. We're gonna talk about it. Let me go see what I can see. I need to go see what y'all saw. And let me figure out based off me seeing it. I'm not saying you guys are inaccurate in no means, but let me go check it out. And then I can come back with a thorough reaction. Give me a little bit, you guys. I gotta run an errand too. So give me a little bit and then I'll be back. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the chat. I'll be back a little bit. Give me a couple hours and I'll be back. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for coming to the Kendra G reaction. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming to the break room. I'm gonna see y'all real soon. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.